The news keeps getting worse for Facebook. A new report this week says that the social media company has been collecting phone calls and text messages from users. But the company insists that they only did it with the user in mind. They only did it with their permission, and they were just trying to look out for the user. What this story, every day this story, Zuckerberg looks like more and more like he's at the center of this entire thing, doesn't he?
And he really is. He absolutely is. He declined earlier this week to meet with UK lawmakers to discuss all of the wrongdoing that this company has done. And this particular story, this really crosses a line here. You know, at first it was, oh, data got, accidentally leaked, or we worked with a company that was using it for micro-targeting, which isn't 100% illegal, but this one, scraping the phones.
Explain how scraping works. People hear that term, but okay, scraping. It's a lot more nefarious.
Yeah, and what they've done is, Facebook will partner with these app sites or in their own app with, for example, in this particular story, Android users, to where once they download the app, once it's on that phone, that new little app starts taking every piece of data from that
they're in contact with.
Right. Yeah. So it starts grabbing your contacts. It grabs your call logs, how long you're on the phone. It grabs your text messages, what you're saying, and who you're saying it to. Your private, personal data that people don't even know.
But here's the other thing that they're looking at that's even more chilling. Once they grab the data from that user, the Android data, whatever it may be that has been downloaded there, the question then becomes, once they have the contact for that third person, are they then able to get into that third person's information and it just geometrically grow? That's really where this problem may end up heading. So what's the quick answer here? I mean, you've got the shares dropped 14% last year. He's coming out with his great apology. Gee whiz. You know what it is? He's trying to make it sound like, gee, I have a big company here. Okay, I have a big company. I can't really keep up with what's going on. That's nonsense, isn't it?
Oh, it absolutely is. Especially when we're talking about this particular instance of the data scraping from all of these devices. They knew what they were doing. They built it into the system, into the apps. And when he comes out and says users gave us permission to do that, it's not exactly truthful. Because yes, they gave permission for Facebook to access their phone for things like Messenger, to try to find other people you may know on Facebook. At no point in that contract that users, you just click, yes, I agree, I accept, move on.
Yeah.
Did they say, you can have access to my phone calls, you can have access to my text messages. Exactly. So no, they didn't give permission expressly for this, and Zuckerberg is sitting here trying to tell us, well, we had permission. No, you didn't. Well, you had permission to find a contact.
Yeah, okay. We're talking about phone numbers, the length of the call, what was the communication with that person. So then, now, watch this. I call, they get your information from something I posted. Now, you have nothing to do with it. You're a third party out there. You have nothing to do with anything. What if, I'm just saying, what if we see now that you now become a target because of your association with me? You see, that's the real problem.
Well, and here is another problem too. We already know with the Cambridge Analytica thing that they were giving the data to political campaigns.
Both sides,
right? But that's not the end of it. That is not the end of it at all. Why does a company like Facebook need your private data? Who all are they selling it to? And that is what we need to find out now, because there is no way that this was just for a one-time, one-campaign thing. They have got to be selling this data.
This is all about, look, it's all about money. People always ask, oh, gee, I wonder how Facebook makes money. Do they stay alive just by it? No, they get this information and they sell it to everybody. That's why you turn on your computer, and if you talked about wanting to buy a new new pair of Levi's yesterday, all of a sudden it's on your computer today. Hey, there's a sale on Levi's at such and such a place.
Well, here's another thing too that's actually developing the Facebook stories. We're now finding out that Palantir, the kind of private spy organization, or whatever you want to call it,
they are exactly.
They have been working with them through Cambridge Analytica, and as you remember, Palantir was the company that was hired by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce to spy on critics of the Chamber of Commerce. So why are they working with
Well, that
Facebook?
was years ago.
Yeah, that was 2010, 2011.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
now that they're slightly in bed with Facebook and they've got all this private data,
Well,
we're going to find that, you know, I firmly believe that there is going to be even more targeting.
Well, the reason I say that Palantir is years ago is because Facebook was on notice of who these people are.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Facebook understand that these grubby little freaks with the Chamber of Commerce were spying on people who came out critical of the Chamber of Commerce. So people at Zuckerberg's, oh yeah, these are the people we want to do business with. It's the old thing, you lay down with dogs and you're going to get fleas. That's what's happened here. I don't think there's an easy solution for the guy out of here. It could be, it's not going to crash Facebook. Facebook has almost become a generational thing anyway,
right.
Isn't it? I mean, you don't have most millennials really going to Facebook. You have baby boomers that are still sold on the Facebook nature. But this, I don't know. This is more than a blip in the road, I think.
Oh, absolutely. And I think Zuckerberg, his problem is, you know, he's Dr. Frankenstein. He created this thing.
Yeah.
It got so big that he couldn't control it and starts making these deals. And now it's out of his control. The monster's out.
Yeah, and he was so greedy, rather than just selling it and moving on, he has to hang on to it because he wants to squeeze every dime out of it. Well, these are some dimes that might cause him some problems.